control other diseases that we don't know of?
Oh yeah.
To cause them or to fix them?
No, like if they do have genetic, like if we have genetic babies in the future, do you think they'll have other diseases and stuff we won't know how to control because they're genetically mutated?
It might be, especially if you start tinkering around with the immune system.
Well, like
I think like if you genetically engineer to like where they can get it, that'd be ideal, right? Like where they
But
can't
that
get any
you
sicknesses.
have to be putting in so many different variables. Why would you? Let's say maybe, but my question more for regular diseases would be why. Why just let the immune
Genetically
system do
modify
it?
them so they wouldn't be able to get sick and
Yeah,
it's all that other.
How are you going to do that? And now, anybody ever watched that old? Everybody see the old Star Trek shows? There's one old Star Trek show where they actually did this in there, where they made these super smart, super beings, and they modified their immune system like you're talking about. But the problem is now that immune system went after and attacked everything. So it started killing all the people around them, which couldn't happen because your antibodies can't go flying out of your body, right? But that was sort of this, the Frankenstein monsters when they're looking at down there. What happens when they, how could you adjust the immune system to fight off everything?
It's like coming within itself.
Yeah,
You might trigger some weird autoimmune disease thing that goes on. It may be tuned up too high and say, oh, there's a little slight variation in one of your cells. That's bad. I'm going to go after that.
I think the only way you could really fix that, like fighting all other diseases, be too alien for it to be able to identify.
Yeah, you could change yourself, I guess, so much that you wouldn't be a susceptible host.
Right?
You could do things like that. And who knows? I mean, that's also, that'd be a great, actually, project. The thing, you got me, you just give my next class a project.
yay.
We don't have time for it here.
Well, it's like that. One of those zombie movies with Will Smith where
That's a black man. That's like the third iteration of that show.
yeah. Well, yeah, and then she used measles to cure cancer or something.
Right, and they're actually good. I was talking about from the biotechnology. Maybe I'll show you guys a lot. Let me think about.
I Am Legend. That's what's
I Am
called.
Legend.
Yeah.
All right. Did we get
Are
to this
we?
one right
No.
here?
We are on Bartatonella.
So we're past this.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is-
Yes. Yeah.
We just are past
Oh
this.
yeah.
Yeah, we should be way past
No, Philip.
this. Yellow, Yersinia,
We flew through some of it. Yes, I remember that.
We stopped there, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if I want to even go through some of these bacterial This is the second part of this group. Enterobacteriaceae is the first half. This is the second half. Most are small, non-motile facultative matter. Again, guys, I'm not going to pin you guys down on that. I just want to go through it with you, all right? Require heme or cytochromes for growth. Where do you use cytochromes in growth? Where do you use cytochromes? Where is, for 1306, you should learn where you use cytochromes for.
Cytochromes. I don't know.
Can I do a little review and I go through? Anybody remember? Anyone? For extra credit? Anybody remember?
Oh, where's
Look at
that
the
dude?
people
Oh,
who
he's
did-
out.
I'm trying. Moving electron transport chain.
Yeah.
The membrane embedded proteins and the electrons bounce down. That's part of that cytochrome system.
Oh.
So these guys don't have this. Cytochromes are also, the heme's also a part of that too. All right. Two genera, Bacillaraceae and Haemophilus. Okay. What is the largest, what is the only gram-negative cocci that causes disease in humans? The genus. Neisseria, good.
Neisseria.
All right. Pastorella, the, let me explain what you guys do. Inflammation, nope, let's put a line through this one. I'm already going to start editing these out. Haemophilus. This is the next genera. Small, pleomorphic, which means, what does pleomorph mean? They don't have a defined shape.
No defined shape.
Right? Require him and NAD. Where do you use NAD? Where else? Like, I see you all over the place. What is NAD? Let's make it.
Hydrogen transporter, right?
Yeah, electron carrier, yeah. All right. Vitamin for growth. So if these things require heme, right, and they're requiring NAD, what does that tell you about them?
You know how to use energy.
Yeah,
Are they going to be free living organisms for the most part? No, that's what this is telling you. These things have evolved along to be parasitic. Okay? Colonize mucous membranes in humans and some animals. Some future opportunistic infections. Again, not going to really worry about. This is the one I kind of want you to know. Did we go over this? Come off?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said not on the test. I have
Yeah, I just want to bring that up because this is one they originally thought. What did I say? Originally thought was what? Caused the flu. That's where the name comes from.
Oh, that's right.
And it turns out it was not. Bartonella, Bartonellosis. Yes, I want you to know these. These are kind of important ones. Some of these are kind of re-emerging. So Bartonella is going to be this genus. 3 species are pathogenic. Bartonella bacilliformis causes Bartonellosis. So in fact, let's write this down. What I want you to know about these, possibly, is the organism, the disease, and the vector. 3 things, that's it. You don't want to go into a whole bunch of it. So, Bartonella bacilliformis causes Bartonellosis, fever, anemia, headache, nausea, joint pain, chronic skin infections, often what?
Fatal.
Fatal.
Can you repeat again? Organism, something, vector,
The disease
disease.
and the vector. So in this case, this one's pretty bad, often fatal, it's transmitted by what? Sucking sand fleas. Slip of it, right? Endemic to Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about it here. That's necessarily the case, though. No, with all the international travel, if you can find a vector, an insect vector that can live inside of it, you can very easily. That's what happened to Leishmania outside of Dallas. All right. Bartonella quintana causes trench fever. This is common during World War I. How is it transmitted?
Human body.
Body lice. So I could put like a matching together on this one. Bartonella quintana, trench fever, or body lice. Don't worry about the bacilli, just know the trench fever, the organism, and the vector, right? Bartonella hansellae, this is the same one, guy who discovered leprosy. Cat scratch disease is not transmitted by,
Not?
can't think of the name. Oh, man. Think of the name. All right. Common disease in children in the United States causes fever, malaise, and swelling of the infection site. Bartonella infection by treated with various antimicrobial. This is that one we talked about. We looked at Koch's postulate. Remember? We talked about cat scratch fever. They knew it caused disease. They knew it was transmitted by cats, but they couldn't grow it. So it didn't fit. It's one of the first ones that didn't fit very well. Right? Oh, I was going to throw a cat vision in there. Nobody? Cat vision? No.
Wait, what?
Cat vision? Cat scratch fever? Anybody? 2 people? Oh, I guess they're taking my references. But that was interesting about this was it took a long time for them to grow and culture. So again, you get this big, nice.
So a cat suspension.
Yeah, it gets in there. It's in. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I do read over. I think it's in their saliva or whatever. They lick their paws or just somehow it grows on there. And it was transmitted by the scratch.
It couldn't be grown in a lab or on a dish.
They couldn't grow in petri dishes for a long time. They didn't have the right requirements
Is
for
that
it.
like a sore lymph node?
Yeah, could be a little back there, a little abscess or something. Could be an abscess or a lymph node. Don't think you have too many lymph nodes back here. Probably an abscess. Well, I don't know. You do have some draining lymph nodes back there. Yeah, you do. Probably get the lymph node.
How is it treated?
Antibiotics.
Don't pop it or anything?
I don't know. I'm always one of the people that. What's the problem with popping things like that? Aside from it's gross.
Suspension
You're
also
allowed
like
bacteria.
damage other parts of the.
Could damage anything there. What else?
Infections.
Secondary infections and anything else. You just opened up a nice big wound. there was, you could treat the antibiotic, now you've got staph getting in there, maybe something else. And what likes to grow in the warm parts up here, we talked about?
Leprosy, right?
No, that's the cold parts.
Oh, cold parts.
Which of the two staphs likes to grow in moist, warm skin folds?
Staff already.
Staph aureus, so now you've got something up there. So I'd be a little hesitant about that. Okay, brucellosis. This one that was actually digging for animals. This is more of a farm one. Let's go ahead and not worry. Let me just run over it. This is one of the ones that can also get cattle and stuff.
So this one's not on the test?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put this on the test, so, because it's fluctuating fever. If I do, I'll add that. I think we got plenty of stuff with that. But this is one that can get in cows. And it was a big problem here. Have you noticed what happened to all the dairy farms in El Paso? How many dairy farms there used to be in El Paso? There used to be a bunch of them. Price's Dairy, Lane's Dairy, about 3 or 4 other ones. How many are here now?
Don't we have one on the
Three.
outer
Is that what the ones
limits,
that- on the
city
outside?
limits?
Those are further up though, right?
Those are the ones we're talking about?
No, those are not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about in El Paso proper. itself.
Lincoln Dairy used to be.
Which one?
Lincoln Dairy, they used to actually have cows and everything.
Yeah, but they don't anymore.
No, they don't. They just have the cheese.
Yep.
Is the Mexican cattle and stuff?
There was a concern of a type of mycobacterium, kind of like TB. It's in cows, but it can get passed on to humans, but they're really worried about getting to the U.S. cow population. So the U.S. government actually paid off most of the dairy farmers in El Paso. Basically came in and said, "Here, we're going to shut you guys down."
Wow.
So they all moved up.
So what's the difference between here and 30 miles?
About 30 miles. I mean, if you think about it, if it's a bacteria that doesn't do well, it's not a common soil bacteria, and it really has to be in an organism.
Oh,
If
there's
you're
not
gonna make that
more.
trip up there, that's the difference. You'd be surprised, 30 miles can make a big difference, depending on the organism.
So it's like TB in cows?
Yeah, I think it was TB in cow. I have to look at it, I don't remember. It was years ago. This one I do want you guys to know right here.
Okay.
Portadella. What is Portadella?
Oh, wait, where is it? There it is.
Sounds like a type of pasta.
Portadella percussion?
Sounds like a type of pasta, like.
Small aerobic non-molar bacillus. This causes
Whooping cough.
whooping cough. Know this one. But definitely one of the ones that are going to be medically relevant. This one is really becoming medically relevant because of why?
It's coming back.
It's coming back, right? Can I pull up a YouTube video on anti-vaxxers? You know, most of the anti-vaxxers who put YouTube videos up are nurses.
What?
What?
Yeah,
What?
very surprised. Really great surprised. Almost every one of them are nurses up there.
It's terrible too when you hear your child like that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the worst. Like you feel like they're dying every single time they cough.
They get a little hypoxic, don't they, sometimes?
Like
Don't
he was
they?
like he would be like, choking, like trying to
Have you seen
breathe.
one?
My son,
Oh,
he
you
had
said
it.
that. Did he ever
Yeah.
get hypoxic at all?
What's hypoxic like?
Blue? His
Yeah, his lips would turn purple.
Yeah.
And it was just so scary. And you're there like breathe. And they don't-
They had
so
trouble getting
scary.
up there. So just know this one causes what?
Whooping cough.
Most cases of these are in children. Adults though can be what? So add that to this. Because now they want adults to be vaccinated against it as well because
What?
adults can be carriers.
Oh.
Don't worry about all these. We're just going to go over some. And go, what happened here? Look at this graph. This doesn't tell you
Oh,
everything. I don't know what does. So, just take a little time with this.
When did the whole anti-vax thing like start? In 2000 or 2004?
Actually, you know who the first one was? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So,
saying.
here we had cases. This was pre what?
Pre-vaccination.
Pre-vaccination or widespread vaccination. Boom, boom, boom. After good vaccination program, it goes down from, what was this? Reported 13, probably for, I don't know.
100,000.
100,000. Down to the 80s to almost what?
Nothing.
None. That's probably one of the few people the vaccine didn't work on, and they just got it. Now we're chugging along here, and what starts happening right around here?
People are.
Not vaccinating as
This
well?
is really about the beginning of the anti-vaxxer
Oh.
campaign. This is when that guy put out that thing about autism and some other stuff.
And vaccines, yeah.
And then it slowly gained steam. Basic. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what's kind of weird. How did it gain steam?
Jenny McCarthy?
Yes, David McCarthy, and who was the next one after her? There's another Hollywood, does I remember? Anyone? You know the first Hollywood person to make a big think about it? Back in the day was Lisa Bonet.
Oh.
She was the first one right back there. She was the first one who really kind of started it all.
The Cosby.
Cosby, yeah. She's married to, what's his name?
She used to be Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, oh, they put that for them.
Oh, she's married to that Aquaman guy.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
You talk about Jason Momoa?
Yes.
She's
Oh,
married
Lord.
to Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
My opinion, hidden is all right, so you get this out, you have to do a cilia here, it starts to grow. You lift out a cilia, you can't move stuff around. You can't move stuff around, get rid of it, it gets wetter. Starts to build up back in your lungs, right? You start having issues when you get irritation. All right, and I'm not going to worry about the progression of it. Don't worry about that. So incubation period, no symptoms. Here you just have what?
Allergies.
Yeah, so what does this say? Just look at the symptomology of it. Rhinorrhea, sneezing, malaise, fever, that's going to be more like a what? A cold,
Cold.
right? Then this is where you get the repetitive cough with whoops, vomiting, exhaustion. Diagnosis is symptoms are going to be diagnostic. Treatment is going to be primarily supportive. I don't think there's much they can do. But they do have a what for it? Vaccine.
Wait, what did it say? What does it mean by primarily supportive?
That means that it just support, so they're going to give you, yeah, supportive care, treat the symptoms, if you maybe, I mean, I think there's some extreme cases where they may put them ventilate them and stuff.
Oh my God.
Not
They put my son on azithromycin, and that's how he found out he's allergic to it.
sure.
Yeah. Well, bad time for him. But yeah, azithromycin was, they told me it was,
Rhythm, yeah. I don't know how to do that. Look at this book. Let me see this one. Resource effects of plant crops. Oh no, this is just a beta proteobacterium. No, get rid of this one.
get rid?
Yeah, get rid of this one. That's more environmental micro. It's an opportunistic one in CF patients, but it's not the big one. This is going to be the big one right here. Pseudomonas. Aerobic bacilli, ubiquitous in soil, decaying organic matter in most environments. Problematic in hospitals, so this is going to be another nosocomial one. It's an opportunistic pathogen. Rarely part of the normal human microbiota, so this is not one you usually have on you. Rarely causes disease. This is interesting. Look at this right here.
Where?
In most healthy individuals, Pseudomonas rarely causes disease. Even though it's got a whole bunch of what? Virulence factors that should be causing disease, right? Fimbrate, adhesion molecules, capsule, toxins, enzymes. Your immune system just seems to be able to go after it pretty well. Opportunistic infections in immunocompromised patients, and this is what I want you guys to know here, there's one other group. Can colonize almost any organ or organ system, so if you're generally immunocompromised, you're going to have big problems with Pseudomonas infections. Once they get in, they can cause huge problems.
In any organ.
This is the big one with CF patients. You get all the mucus build up in the lungs, it gets colonized by Pseudomonas. Once it gets a foothold, it can be incredibly hard to get rid of this one. Okay? Biofilm protects bacteria from phagocytosis. Treatment is difficult because these are very resistant to antibiotics. Can anybody think of another? This is the one a friend of mine got. Did I take out his knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Pseudomonas right here that he got. Okay. What did we say the other one was then? We talked about Pseudomonas already. Did I talk about it in lab? We were looking at Pseudomonas. I know I used it. So I know I used it in one of the experiments. What's the other patient group that this is a huge problem with? Burn patients.
Burn
We didn't bring that up?
Yeah, we
Yeah, okay. So right here. Burn patients have huge problems because what have they just lost? What are the two things that make them very susceptible to? They've lost the first barrier in their immune system, right? The skin. They're completely exposed now. Secondly, the stress and the trauma from the burn, serious, I mean, we're not talking about some kid who burned his finger with a match, right?
No,
We're
third
talking about
degree.
serious third-degree burn. That also causes pretty severe immunocompromisation, right? Just the stress and everything else. And Pseudomonas is bad, it's really bad. Again, you guys get in clinics, what are the first three concerns for burn patients?
Dehydration,
Dehydration is the first one,
infection.
infection, and people always forget this other one.
I know.
What else is your skin and dehydration going to cause? Loss of thermal regulation.
Thermal regulation.
All right. Let's not worry about. Just know this Pseudomonas right here.
So it's hydration,
So, like,
temperature, and.
Thermal. Thermal regulation.
Well, dehydration, infection are the two big ones, but also it's harder for them to thermal regulate because they don't.
Everybody's covering with blankets still.
Yeah. Then after that, then you worry about that's the first three big ones. But
No, I was saying a couple of blankets wouldn't it like stick to the skin?
well, they
Try to sterile gauze around.
yeah, trying to get around and keep that. They also have some. But then some of the creams are not like gel.
And powders and
stuff. They got, show like pads that
Yeah.
already come with some nitrate.
Okay, so that also helps. That's right there. All right, Franciella tularentia. This is a new one here because this is the one that they worry about. It's another one they worry about is a bioweapon.
bioweapon.
Non-monostricular aerobic controbacilli, intracellular parasite of animals and amoeba in water, the birth range of hosts. Reservoirs include rabbits, muskrats, and ticks. This is the one that causes rabbit fever.
Causes it.
Okay. Tularemia. It's a zoonotic disease, which means what?
Animals.
Animal to human. Why would this make a good bioweapon then?
You can find a bunch of rabbits.
Not detective, it's not going for a rabbit. But think about some of its, look over it. Spread through the bite of an infected tick or contact with infected animal. This can be airborne or direct contact, right?
Can it spread from animal to animal?
Also spread by bacteria, meat, water, and aerosols. So that's what?
This is a wide range.
Boom, okay. Bacteria is highly infectious. This is one of the keys to it. Tularemia may be misdiagnosed symptoms or similar to diseases, trees, antimalarial drugs. Infection is prevented by avoiding reservoirs of Franciella. What is another thing up here that would make it a potentially interesting bioweapon? If you could tweak it a little bit. What did we say about most zoonotic diseases?
They stop at the person that gets
They
it.
don't go from what?
Person to person.
Usually don't have person-to-person contact, right?
But if they tweak it, it can.
Hmm?
And you're
So
saying
if you could go out and spread it out in the population and get them all sick, and then what? Do you have to worry about it spreading back to your troops?
oh, that's true.
And then you throw a couple more genes in there, like I take CRISPR and I put the gene in there for, let's say, anthrax toxin, just to make it fun. And then what else can I put in there?
Like that,
You get pretty bad. And why do you think they worry about this one? The main one they worry about here is right here. And this one's incredibly infectious.
Sounds like you shouldn't mix with Mr. Sills.
Huh?
Don't mess with Mr. Sills.
No, I don't let.
Don't mess with Mr. Sills.
No. I don't want Homeland Security coming to my house. I don't. So signs of tularemia are going to be like this one I call ulceration glandular. This most common form of tularemia usually occurs following a tick or deer fly bite. Okay. The ulcers are accompanied by swelling of the regional lymph nodes, usually not going to Freud. Glandular, similar to ulcer glandular tularemia without the ulcer. What's this one going to be? Eye. Orthopharyngeal.
Mouth, lungs,
Pneumonic.
and typhoid. I don't know.
Typhoid is going to be like typhoid, if you general symptoms without a localized symptom. Pretty nasty little bug if you get it. All right, Legionella. I want you to know this one. There were 4 outbreaks of this in the last year and nobody knew about them. Well, I knew. 2 in Boston and 2 in Paris. Okay. Aerobic slender pneumonia bacteria, universal, right, underlying this right here, because this is the key part. Universal inhabitant of water. Humans inhale bacteria and aerosols from water sources, and you get Legionella pneumophilia.
Mm.
is the most common cause of disease. This is the one that got all those old legionnaires sick. I remember that, didn't I?
No.
Yeah? Yeah, I did, didn't I? So they were having a big meeting, I think up in Philadelphia, somewhere, and there was air conditioning like this blowing down on top of them.
Oh, you did say that.
So that's the one that does that. Results of pneumonia can be fatal in immunocompromised individuals. Don't worry about Potomac, you can go and stress that one out. That's just another less virulent form of the disease. Just a
Is this that rare form of pneumonia that Brittany Murphy died of?
I don't know. I don't know who.
She was an actress. She died, and then a couple months later, her husband died. And there was something in her house or something, and she got pneumonia.
Who?
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy.
Anyone
else?
Well, she was like in 8 Mile, and she was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that
The blonde one, the crazy one?
Girlfriend.
Oh, there's no that's right here, guys.
girlfriend?
Elimination of bacteria is not feasible, but if I put that as a question, and I put why at the end of it, why would that be, what would the answer be?
What does that say again?
Okay, wait.
Look at the very bottom one under prevention. If I had that on a test, but at the very end of this, I had why with a question mark. What would
Prevention.
the answer be?
Universal in water?
It's everywhere in water. Are
That's
you ever gonna get rid of it?
No.
No, it's just universal in having of water. What is this one?
If it's so universal in water, then why isn't it more
You had to
prevalent?
be pretty immunocompromised.
Immunocompromised, that's what I thought.
And it's gotta be aerosolized and get in, so it's kind of, so think about it, even splashing water is pretty big droplets, right? Because water likes to stick together.
Mm-hmm.
But stuff that, you get anything you humidify air that's going through a water system, through a cooling tower, that's gonna be much more what? Finely aerosolized, so it's gonna be things like that. Now, I want you guys to know Coxiella. Hold on, yeah, let's just go ahead and forget these last couple. Whoa, why are you way down there? Let's just stop at Legionella. I can worry about Q fever.
So nothing else?
That's for the gram negatives. So like I said, I'll go through and start picking out, which one I want you to know. I really want to start working on this next one.
Oh man, did you put that up? I
I
didn't
just
see
put up
it.
some, I'll go through it real slow, we only have about,
Okay.
what 20 minutes. Like some, well, let me go back on some of these actually. Like when we get to the Neisseria for sure, right? Well, remember, I want you to know just the general stuff that enterobacteriaceae. What E. coli did I want you guys to know about? O15787. Okay, that's the big one there. I mean, know the general stuff about the coliforms, right? Not just enterobacteriaceae in general, but what are coliforms I found where?
Whoa.
So that's what I'm going to be asking you guys to do like that. Coli for sure. Klebsiella just need pneumonia. What does it cause? Pneumonia. Atypical pneumonia. Serratia. What do I want you guys to know about serratia? Aside from it grows red. That's just a question everybody asks about serratia, so it should be a gimme, right? If you have a question on there, this bacteria has a red pigment with growing room temperature.
Serratia.
Got to put serratia. But these are the two I want you to know, because these are medically or clinically relevant too. The ones that you throw away on the catheters in the medical supplies and segments. So that would be one. Proteus would be the other one out of this group. The Proteus also causes what?
I'm searching with the catheter.
Catheters. So these are the ones that are really important. You guys will be coming across because it's the swarmer. Don't worry about these three.
You like those?
No, these three.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a lot of stuff there, but it's really not them. And again, the Yersinia is the only one I want you to know is which one.
Last one.
Yersinia pestis, which is the plague. Remember I said not to worry about these? Actually, I cut a lot of the negative, gram-negative out. That's- And then just these Bartonellas, there's like 4 of them, I want you guys to know that. So, yeah, I'll go through and pick all these out, we won't do that. Whooping cough, pseudomonas, for sure. Wow, I cut a lot out of here. But if I'm gonna put both the cats together, it'll be plenty for questions.
And for most of it, it's just know the disease.
A lot of
know
you
the
know the
vector.
disease, especially for those Bartonella ones up here.
All of these, you want the organism, disease, and vector?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Right here. The Bartonellas, especially that genus. So put a little note next to Bartonellas. Now, organism, vector, and disease. I'll put that, so that's gonna be Bacilliformis, Quintana, Hanselay. Yeah, this won't be too bad.
One thing I wanted to ask, I know it's going to be important clinically when we're clinicians and stuff about whether it's gram-negative and positive, but will that be important on the test?
No.
Okay, great. Awesome. Wait.
Let me think about that.
No.
Probably not. 'Cause like, if you start working through these, when you guys start working through, you'll just know that gram-negative and gram-positive. You start learning it. I didn't even think about it. Like, what is staph?
Positive.
Strep,
Positive.
Okay.
bacillus,
Negative. Positive.
positive.
What?
Clostridium, huh?
Clostridium is negative.
Clostridium negative. We run through
No.
Clostridium, we go through the negative?
No, that's positive.
Positive.
Like C did.
Oh.
C. diff, those are all positive. The anthrax is positive. Mycobacterium are. They're lumped in with the gram
But
positive.
isn't like most of the one that causes diseases usually like a negative?
Yeah.
No, that's what people think, because they always stress the LPS and the lipid A, that any of the gram negatives can cause disease. But think about the gram positives. You want to have Clostridium perfringens? You want to have tetanus? You want to have botulism? Anthrax?
Yeah.
Really bad strep, group A strep. Yeah, it's kind of weird. They tend to make it think that the gram negatives are worse, and it's not the case.
I was
So I
thinking-
think that gram negative, just because of LPS, they have the potential to be pathogenic. So there's plenty of nasty ones to go around. All right, so let me just put that together, guys, and we'll have that. And I'll give you guys a good background, I think, of the importance. Let me just start this, and then we'll get to what you guys today. Look at your stuff. Just like your lecture now, if you guys want to go print this off from the break for a little bit.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, so I just want to go through these. These are going to be the rickettsia, chlamydia, spirochetes, and vibrios. All of these are clinically pathogenic, clinically significant.
Will this be on this test?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to take a bunch of other ones out. 'Cause I want to put these on.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to take those 3 chapters, and maybe I'm not going to worry about whether gram negative or gram positive, because it is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just want you to know. All right, these are extremely small, appear almost wall-less due to small amount of peptidoglycan. Obligate intracellular parasites, and you know that about all the rickettsias. Unusual since they have functional genes for protein synthesis, ATP production, and reproduction. And we were talking about the other ones, right? Without the cytochromes, without the NADs, those can't make their own ATP, these guys can. But they've evolved over time. 4 genera, Rickettsia, Orientada, I think I want you to worry about. Rickettsia. We're definitely gonna go with the Rickettsia, probably not the Anaplasia and the Orientada. So, Rickettsia, this one for sure. and know these three. So non-molar aerobic bacteria transmitted via arthropod vectors. The bacteria live in the cytosol of the host. You need to know these. Rickettsia, Kawasaki, and hyphae. Okay, so if you guys want to go print this off, you can. Does everybody have class after this? You all have a break? Break? If you guys want to go print them off, you can print them off. So let's just start here. I'll let you guys go because I can do that. Rickettsia, just stop after this one. This is what?
Mountain fever.
Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Okay? This is actually making a comeback. A lot of these rickettsial diseases are. Okay? Most severe and common of the rickettsial illnesses transmitted by ticks.
Ticks.
Okay? Most infected individuals develop a rash on the trunk and appendages. But a lot of people don't realize this. Rocky Mountain spotted fever's got about a 5% mortality rate. Untreated.
Why is it? Because like you're in the Rockies and you can't get treated.
Actually, you're going to find out something funny about this in a minute. So, in a minute. So, prevention involves avoiding ticks. Again, guys, anytime now you go out, you should always check. If you're out in the woods, you should always check for what when you come back in.
Tick bites.
Ticks. Not tick bites, or ticks. Because a lot of these have to be on you for a little bit of time, actually, for some reason. Even for another one we'll get to, which is Lyme disease. It takes a while for them to transmit it. But a while not being days, a while being half an hour or so.
Oh.
All right. So here's the prevalence of case and linked incidence of this case. What's it called?
Rocky Mountain.
I
It's
don't
not
see
even
a
in
lot
the
of
Rocky
Mountains, do
Mountains.
you?
Like Black Hills.
Does it kill 5%?
You got over here when that comes up through there.
Montana.
That's not Montana. Yeah, Black Hills and western, eastern Montana and the Dakotas. So, I guess it was discovered up here. That's my only thing I can figure out why it's called Rocky Mountain spotted fever. We do have some in Texas because we have a lot of what?
Ticks.
Ticks. Not here so much. Right through here, really bad. All right, so what does it do? This is what's interesting about Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Let me go through these one at a time. So the infected tick introduces the rickettsia into the saliva. This occurs only after the tick is fed for at least what? 6 hours. So this was even longer than I thought. Active bacteria release into the mammalian host circulatory system, and they find the endothelial cells. So those are cells that do what?
Like your ears?
Endothelial.
Where do you find endothelium?
In your. Wait, give me a minute. I can't
Who
remember.
here just finished A&P?
I did. Give me a minute.
Yes.
In your, is it the, yeah, it's smooth?
Huh?
Is it like your respiratory? Okay, digestive. Oh! Skin.
The lining of your vessels inside of your heart. Remember that? It's that slick lining of tissue so stuff flows through it nice and simply. That's going to be on the test.
Oh!
All right, so they get in there. The rickettsia triggers endocytosis by cells lining the vessels, endothelium. Then it lyses the endosome membrane, so it gets out of that bigger lysosome, right? Escaping into the cytosol. Now, rickettsia divide every 8 to 12 hours, and then after they divide, they release and lyse the cell. The interesting thing about this, though, is what is it? Rickettsia secretes no toxins, and disease does not produce an immune response. So what causes the disease? You get those little red Rocky Mountain spots, you get little spots on it.
The destruction of the cell.
The endothelial lining gets destroyed, the blood cells get leaky. That's what causes the damage. So apparently damage to the endothelium leads to leakage of blood into the tissues, which results in hypotension and low perfusion of nutrients. So it's just physically damaging it. All right, we gotta get out of here. Got people staring in the window out there.